For the vast majority, the path of least resistance is a well-trodden one. It requires no uphill climb, strenuous exertion merely. A gentle surrender to the gravitational pull of the ordinary, to give up, to quit, to declare defeat before the battle is truly joined. These are acts that demand little more than a sigh and a shrug. Similarly, the chorus of complaint rises effortlessly, a symphony of grievances played out on the stage of daily life. Egotivity, like a persistent shadow, requires no cultivation. It simply is a default setting for minds untroubled by the demands of optimism. But to truly see, to perceive the world, through a clouded lens of cynicism, but with the clarity of a sunlit morning, this demands work. It necessitates a conscious turning, a deliberate reframing, to seek the glimmers of opportunity nestled within the folds of adversity. It is an active choice, a daily recalibration of perspective, to consistently land on the side where possibility flourishes. And then there is the unwavering act of showing up, just on days when the wind is at your back and the path ahead is smooth. But on those arduous mornings, when the bed feels like a magnetic force and the challenges loom large, to rise to face the day with a resolute spirit, even when the odds seem stacked against you, and to declare with an inner convictio that resonates through your being, this may not be my moment, but I will still be present. I will offer my full measure of effort, because I deeply value the tapestry of which I am a part, cultivating the right perspective. This is not a passive receptio, but an active creation. It is the conscious architecting of your inner landscape, a deliberate planting of seeds of optimism and resilience, and a diligent weeding out of the creeping vines of doubt and despair. And I stand here after 2 decades, immersed in the currents of human endeavor, as a firm believer in the immutable truth. Perspective is the bedrock upon which performance is built. Every single day of the week, this truth transcends the capricious nature of talent. It has no allegiance to innate gifts or predispositions. It is a realm governed solely by the unwavering commitment to effort, and nothing else for my own journey. The thread that has woven through the years, the constant that has anchored me amidst the shifting tides, has been precisely this effort. I was not the heralded recruit, the prodigy marked for greatness from the outset. I did not bask in the glow of early medio attentio. My narrative was forged in the crucible of relentless applicatio. I knew with a certainty that settled deep within my bones that effort would command attention on the field, that it would be the undeniable signature on the tape of my life's work. Effort is the silent language that speaks volumes. It is the persistent drumbeat that drowns out the whispers of doubt. It is the unseen hand that guides you through the labyrinth of challenges. Effort earns notice, it commands respect, and it carves pathways to leadership. It is the quiet architect of opportunity, the patient builder of dreams, and ultimately, it is the unwavering force that allows you to provide, to care, to secure future for those you hold dear. Effort resides in the solitary chambers of your own being. It is a contract forged between you and your inner most self. No external force can bestow it. No charismatic leader can instill it if the wellspring within is dry. Effort is an inside job, a deeply personal commitment to push beyond perceived limitations. You may not always be the most naturally gifted, the quickest, the most outwardly impressive. But if you approach your endeavors with an intentional and deliberate effort, you can consistently outperform those who rely solely on innate ability. Conversely, there are those who possess the wealth of potential, who could represent the very pinnacle of their field, yet they operate at a fraction of their capacity, their engines idling when they should be roaring. It matters not if you are merely intrigued, casually interested, or even somewhat committed. The true measure lies in the unwavering depths of your full commitment. Where do you stand on this spectrum? Take a moment of unflinching self-assessment. Are you flirting with the edges of your potential? Or are you diving headfirst into the deep waters of unwavering dedicatio? The subtle signs of half-hearted commitment are unmistakable: the lack of consistent actio, the wavering resolve when faced with obstacles, the tendency to offer excuses rather than solutions, These are the telltale marks of someone truly OI. But there exists another plane of existence, a higher echelon of achievement, reserved for those who embrace the totality of commitment. It is the individual who produces content, week after week, driven by an intrinsic passio. Long before external validation or financial reward materializes, it is the speaker who delivers every presentation with the fervor and dedication of a career-defining moment regardless of the actual compensation. It is the person who rises before dawn, out of obligation, but out of an unshakable inner drive. Effort is a solitary act precisely because its genesis lies within the individual mind. A coach, no mentor. External pressure can truly dictate its presence. They can inspire, they can guide. They can create an environment conducive to effort. But the ultimate spark must ignite within. One can force you to sprint towards the ball with unwavering determination. One can physically compel you to complete a tackle with bone-jarring intensity. These are acts born of an internal commitment, a personal standard of excellence. The profound realization that dawns upon those who consistently achieve is that true victory is oft found in the mastery of fundamentals. The seemingly mundane, they often overlook building blocks of success. These are the true determinants of championships, the foundation upon which battles are won. In the realm of sports, it is the relentless repetition of blocking and tackling until the opponent's will begins to erode, until their reserves of stamina are depleted. Because those who are truly committed operate on a different plane of endurance. They understand that tired is often a self-imposed limitation, a mental construct that can be transcended. I don't get tired. This is not a boast, but a declaration of a mindset, a refusal to succumb to the perceived limitations of fatigue. There is no need for external validation or constant motivation. The work is done because it is the essence of who one is, a fundamental aspect of their internal architecture. It is a drive fueled by a pissed-off for greatness mentality, a deep dissatisfaction with mediocrity, a burning desire to transcend the ordinary. It begins with a flicker of a dream, an ancient aspiration like building a business. It requires venturing out, engaging with the world, honing your craft, and striving for a level of excellence that sets you apart because time, that relentless river, flows ever onward. Days bleed into weeks, weeks into months, months into years with an inexorable momentum. Before you realize it, a year has vanished. Then 5, and the stark reality is this: a year will pass regardless of your actions. Why not make it a year of profound growth? A year where you strive to become world-class in your chosen field, world-class in the very fabric of your life. Champions are laser-focused on their objectives. They understand the finite nature of time and energy, and they refuse to squander these precious resources on activities that do not propel them towards their ultimate aims. The endless scroll of social media, the fleeting distractions of entertainment, these are the siren calls that Lillian weary. Of course, to achieve extraordinary things, one must often make extraordinary choices, including the conscious decision to savorize with the trivial, cut it off, silence the noise, step away from the digital cacophony, turn off the televisio. The fleeting entertainment will still be there when you have accomplished what you set out to do. You have a purpose, a missio, a responsibility. You are being compensated for a reso. Embrace that pride, that sense of ownership. Turn off the distractions, even those that seem momentarily appealing. They often are real sustenance to your long-term goals. More abundance flows into your life when you execute, when you diligently perform the tasks that lie before you. Embrace your responsibilities. Step into your potential. You are no longer a passive observer. You are the active architect of your own destiny. The path to success is not paved with discounts or shortcuts. It demands the honest currency of sweat, the unwavering commitment of blood, and the emotional investment of tears. There is no bypass, no secret code to circumvent the fundamental requirement of hard work. Stop searching for the easy route. Stop yearning for someone else to magically elevate you. The journey to greatness is a deeply personal one. A solitary climb that demands your own defeat and your own unwavering resolve. You cannot merely be enamored with the idea of success or fixated solely on the desired results. The true and sustainable path lies in cultivating a deep and abiding love for the work itself. Embrace the daily grind. Find value in the lessons learned. Celebrate the small victories that mark your progress, and cherish the experiences that the journey provides. Cultivate meaningful relationships along the way. You must embrace the entirety of the process to truly savor the sweetness of the ultimate achievement. Be prepared to toil in obscurity, to pour your heart and soul into endeavors that may go unnoticed, and thanked and unrewarded for extended periods. This is not a fleeting Monday to Friday 9 to 5 commitment, it is a lifestyle. A 24/7 all-encompassing dedication. When I speak of putting forth effort, I am not talking about a casual exercio. I am speaking of a life and death commitment. The level of effort you invest will directly impact the vitality of your finances, the robustness of your health, the very quality of your existence. When you commit to relentless effort, your financial landscape transforms. Your physical being radiates with a new energy, and your overall life experience elevates. Conversely, a lack of effort breeds stagnation, decline, a form of slow, insidious death. To your potential, I urge you to embark on the journey of developing your inherent gifts as you cultivate these talents. A profound sense of happiness will take root within you, and a grand vision of your own capabilities will unfold. Take a moment now to connect with your inner core, to feel the wellspring of your strength. Promise yourself with an unwavering convictio that you will never settle, ever accept less than you are capable of being, doing, giving, or creating. Hold yourself to a new standard. A commitment to the constant strengthening of your mental state, your focus, and your physical well-being. The fundamental choice before you is this: surround yourself with the right people. Those who are uplifted and inspire, those who mirror your own commitment to excellence. Decide what truly matters to you, what constitutes a non-negotiable must in your life. Shift limiting beliefs. Identify what truly works for you. And when the inevitable challenges arise, let that toughness forge an even stronger resolve. Give more of yourself consistently. And if you embrace this daily commitment with unwavering energy, I assure you, the dreams that currently reside in the realm of aspiration will gradually materialize into tangible realities. Many individuals live long and fulfilling lives, reaching the milestone of a century. But within their life's journey, there invariably comes a pivotal moment, a fork in the road. One path beckons with ease and immediate gratification. The other demands perseverance and unwavering dedication. The majority seduced by the lure of convenience choose the former, yet the richer, more meaningful life invariably lies down the less traveled path, the one that requires the courage to confront challenges head-on. Too many of us are shackled by the chains of convenience and comfort, but be warned. Comfort is the silent assassin of your calling. Convenience is the subtle thief of your potential. Your extraordinary aspiration will not be conveniently packaged and delivered to your doorstep. If you are content with an ordinary existence, then my words may hold little resonance for you. Continue on your current trajectory. But if you harbor extraordinary aspiration, if a deep yearning for something more stirs within your soul, then you must be willing to do the extra. Extraordinary results are simply the product of adding extra to the ordinary. There is no other formula. A magical incantatio. Every single one of you possesses extraordinary capabilities, often lying dormant waiting to be awakened. The fundamental question is, are you willing to undertake the necessary actions to place yourself in that realm of the extraordinary? You must embrace the struggle. Paradoxically, the greater the struggle, the more profound the eventual peace, the deeper the suffering endured, the more exquisite the resulting triumph. If dreams were easily attainable, The world would be overflowing with their manifestation. The stark reality is that most people struggle with the very first step, rising in the morning with the energy and focus required to pursue their goals. Many lack the stamina, the sheer internal drive to keep pace with those who are truly committed. You cannot outsmart or outthink everything. Some endeavors demand sheer power, unwavering force of will. Procrastination is a thief of time and potential. What could be accomplished in a day stretches into weeks, months, years. This does not define your inherent worth, but it will inevitably confine you to the realm of the average. Greatness demands a relentless pace, an unwavering commitment to forward momentum. I am consistently astounded by the number of individuals who seem content with a life lived from paycheck to paycheck, their potential languishing, their aspiration unfulfilled. It is a peculiar complacency, a strange acceptance of limitation, to be financially constrained and yet passively entertained, to voice complaints without taking commensurate action. This is a self-inflicted wound. Look in the mirror and ask yourself with brutal honesty, why are you operating at a mere fraction of your capacity? What internal resistance is holding you back? It is time for a personal reckoning, a self-imposed accountability. Declare a moratorium on the distractions that impede your progress, the endless television, the mindless snacking, the fleeting pleasures that offer no lasting fulfillment. Prioritize the activities that fuel your growth, both mentally and physically. Challenge yourself, why are you not achieving excellence in areas where you possess the capability? Why not strive for the highest marks, the most profound understanding? Confront the person in the mirror and issue a firm directive. Get serious, the era of half-hearted effort is over. You have been squandering precious time. Take control. Embrace the discipline required to elevate your life. You do not have the luxury of recklessness, procrastination, or perpetual postponement. There is work to be done. Unless you stand at the very pinnacle of your industry, you have no right to complacency. And even if you have reached that summit, your inherent wisdom should tell you that sustained success demands constant vigilance and relentless effort. Let hunger, satisfaction be your constant companion. Every achievement should fuel a deeper yearning for further growth. When you operate at 120% effort, an almost impenetrable force field surrounds you. My own journey was not paved with exceptional intellect or extraordinary talent. It was forged in the fires of unwavering determination. That primal dog within, that refusal to be outworked. Whatever I set my mind to, I pursue with an unyielding intensity. Expand your horizons. Venture beyond the comfortable confines of your routine. Within the sanctuary of your comfort zone, true growth withers. Success is not a comfortable pursuit. It is a demanding, often unsettling process. To achieve it, you must cultivate a tolerance for discomfort, a willingness to embrace the unfamiliar. Start applying pressure, not external pressure, but the internal pressure of your own high expectations. Most people gravitate towards the easy path, and what comes easily often departs just as readily. But when you confront the difficult challenges head-on, when you make the tough decisions you instinctively want to avoid, when you acquire the skills you find unappealing, you are building a foundation of resilience and strength. You are here to build something, to create something of lasting value. If you lack the necessary skills, then commit to learning. Do whatever is required. Growth inherently involves a degree of struggle, a necessary friction that polishes and refines your abilities. Embrace the inevitability of failure. I'm going to fail again and again and again, but I will also succeed. This is the mantra of the resilient. Conversely, the path of ease, staying in bed, remaining on the couch, clinging to the familiar, ultimately leads to a harder life, a life of unfulfilled potential and lingering regret. Choose the harder path. Rise early. Embrace the grind. Be relentless in your pursuit. Work with an intensity that surpasses those around you. This initial investment of effort will yield a life of greater ease and fulfillment in the long run. You be willing to embrace the path less traveled, the one marked by initial setbacks and numerous failures, for it is oft this arduous journey that yields the most profound, meaning the most significant victories, the most enduring glory. Too many lives are lived in the realm of wishful thinking, a passive hope that circumstances will align favorably. But true agency lies in proactive engagement, in embracing challenges when adversity strikes. When things feel difficult, recognize the inherent opportunity for growth. Could you declare this will forge resilience, sharpen my mind, and make me stronger? It is in the crucible of trials and tribulations that you are propelled beyond the limitations of your comfort zone, elevated to new levels of capability. When the outcome is uncertain and the path ahead isn't clear, that is when your true character is revealed. During moments of intense exertion, when your body screams for respite, consciously register the pie. Embrace it, for it is the precursor to the profound satisfaction of reaching the other side. The quiet triumph of knowing you pushed beyond your perceived limits. I really went hard on that set. I truly dedicated myself to that endeavor. I poured my energy into my career. Look back at your former self with a sense of pride and recognition. That individual gave their all, ensuring that I could experience this moment of accomplishment. The path to true progress often ceases to be easy. Exhaustion and fatigue may become familiar companions, but resist the urge to comply. For it is through this very struggle that you are forging your strength. Greet the weariness with a quiet determination, knowing that every effort expended is contributing to a larger purpose. The primary reason so many fall short of their aspiration is that they succumb to the lure of immediate gratification, sacrificing their long-term desires for short-term comfort. The very thing that holds you back, that exerts a downward pull on your potential, is often your own internal resistance. You are the primary obstacle in your own path. The most formidable battle you will ever wage is the war against yourself, your doubts, your fears, your ingrained limitations. It is profoundly challenging to confront your own reflectio and commit to transformative change. It demands unwavering responsibility, a willingness to learn and adapt, and the courage to embrace discomfort. The quality I value above almost all else is the ability to look myself in the mirror at the end of the day and declare with absolute conviction I gave it